Hi, my name is Marc Chapman, manager of the HI Principia European Equity Fund. So, reviewing the month of April, the fund had a slightly difficult performance period, and this was due to a few factors. In the first instance, the European market recovered from an oversold position as the PMI stabilised, and also geopolitical risk reduced during that time. This meant that the cyclical part of the market recovered strongly, so there was a strong bounce in oil and gas, resources, and other cyclical areas of the market. In terms of the portfolio construction, we had more cyclicals on the short side than on the long side, and in fact the short book in general has been more correlated with the market, and that had a negative impact. Another factor is that there was deleveraging going on in the hedge fund space over the month. So this meant that popular long names and more popular short names were both closed. While we endeavoured to try and avoid these crowded names, some effect was noticeable. In terms of positive contributors, Sophos in the UK performed well, a leader in encryption software, which is growing across the US and Europe, and also Soitec, which is listed in France, which makes a new type of wafer called FD-SOI, which creates a more efficient performance energy trade-off. In terms of our reaction to negative performance, we deleveraged the fund to some extent, so we reduced the gross exposure, cut in positions which had performed well over the past 6 months, where the upside was more moderate, and also cut in some short names which were more cyclical and which had performed poorly recently. In general, for the European equity universe, we think a 15 times forward multiple is reasonably fair. Consensus earnings growth for the European region, about 9–10%, is also reasonable given the current expansion going on. So we think the market is in a neutral type position. In terms of our individual names, we think there's good upside on our long book, of up to 35% on average over a 2-year period. And I'd highlight Lonza in Switzerland is an interesting long name, where we think that short-term issues regarding integration of an acquisition have dented confidence, and this has provided a good entry point into a very strong secular growth case. Other long names follow a similar theme in terms of having a self-help component rather than relying on a macro point or the strength of the overall universe. Overall, we target our same return as usual, 7–8% annualized return with a contained volatility of approximately 6%. Thank you.